It's Chicago Harness Racing. Chicago Harness Racing is brought to you by Miller High Life, the best comes shining through. By Arrow Chevrolet and Chrysler Plymouth. And by the Illinois Department of Agriculture, supporting harness racing throughout the state.
Good evening and welcome to Chicago Harness Racing. I know it looks like late night harness racing, but it really is Chicago Harness Racing. But we're going to be taking a look at some highlights from the last 2 months that we've been doing the new late night harness racing show. And we've had some very interesting guests, and we've been able to ask them some interesting questions. So we took little bits and pieces of what everybody had to say and put them together. You put them together.
Yeah, well, I put them together. I picked out some things I thought were interesting. It's a chance to see some of the names that you see out on the racetrack, some of the top drivers, you know, and Ron Marsh and Walter Paisley and guys like that, in a little bit different atmosphere, and some of the good, sharp trainers and owners.
They have a good time when they come here.
Oh, they always have a good time.
Well, it's away from the track. I think they relax a lot more.
That's right. You have a chance to relax.
Okay, so we're going to be looking at some of the interesting people in harness racing late night, and then we're going to be handicapping Wednesday night's card, the Speedy Fillies final and the Oak Park Series final. All the girls are out tonight Wednesday, and all the Speedy Fillies will be at the racetrack tonight in the winner's circle with the Speedy. That means me too.
Okay.
I'm a Speedy Filly.
That's right.
Don't you forget it.
Oh, I never forget that.
Okay, let's go to some highlights. Let's talk to Mark Franzen and Tom Harmer and Steve Newcomb and Walter Paisley and a few other late night guests. Trainer of Buck and Wing and Decipher tonight.
Right. Didn't get along very well tonight.
How much does that bother you when you were thinking this afternoon, getting the horses ready and bringing them out to the racetrack, how much confidence did you have bringing these horses to the track tonight?
Well, I honestly thought both horses had a real good chance. They both drew well. They liked the front end, and neither horse raced well.
Yeah, so tough night.
Yeah, that happens.
Now, in watching that race, Buck and Wing takes the lead. This is like, what, the second time we've seen Go Sox race first over. Tell me what you thought when you were watching.
I thought going down the backstretch, Buck and Wing had the better of him. Usually Go Sox bears in a little bit on the turns, and when they got going into the last turn, Buck and Wing had a lot of pace, or so it seemed, and Go Sox might have been in a little trouble. Dirty Deeds is in a spot kind of where you'd like to have him right in behind us, and when they turned for home, Go Sox just dug in and left him.
Talk about horses like Termination and Crown Rich and some good purchases that you've made through the years. What do you think has been the major coup purchase that you've ever made?
Falcon Sealster, without a doubt.
And what did you purchase the horse for? He
was bought for $65,000 in February of his 3-year-old year, and we sold half of him for $3.5 million in October of the same year.
Good job. And what's the stud fee for Falcon Sealster?
It's $4,000. Castleton Farm kept it very low so that they could give the average breeder and the little guy a chance to breed to a superstar at a reasonable rate and try to keep everything where you can
even
afford
and competitive. Good. Open up and say, I happen to like this horse. Mike Paradise, our handicapper, did not pick the horse, and when we were talking earlier, you didn't seem surprised that he wouldn't pick him.
Mike feels like I do. The horse has got a lot of ability, but he just don't try as hard as he should. I bought him from Mark Franzen early in the year at Hawthorne, and I trained him before I bought him, and he just trained like a super horse. And he just doesn't race like a super horse.
He just doesn't try, he's kind of lazy?
Yeah, he just don't, he gets by with what he has to do, and that's about it. I don't know how he made $130,000 this year, but he has. So.
Owned by our very special guest, Steve Newcomb, and this horse has brought you a lot of success and a lot of joy and a lot of good races.
He's been a lot of fun. Along with making some money, he's just been a lot of fun and something to be real proud of, not only by owning him, but he's out of our stallion we stand, Ideal Society, and one of our brood mares. So he's kind of special.
Okay, when you were sitting there watching him warm up tonight, what did you think? Did you think he was ready? Did you think he was ready to win?
He looked real good tonight, but of course I've seen him that way before and end up being disappointing. A couple weeks ago that happened to be the case, and come to find out he had a minor throat infection. But tonight he was real good and real tough, and when he gets away on the front end like that and gets to the half and 58 and something or 59 and a piece, he loves that half-mile track.
Why, are you cranky to talk to every day?
No, not just very realistic.
Very realistic. Do you think that there's a lot of people in this business who are too unrealistic?
Yeah.
Cranky to talk to every day?
No, not just very realistic.
Very realistic. Do you think that there's a lot of people in this business who are too unrealistic?
Yes.
No. They just want to win that badly.
No, they don't want to win.
They don't want to win?
No, I mean, that's immaterial. That's their last, that isn't their main objective.
Their main objective is to race their horses or be competitive or what?
Just to race their horses, and if they find a class where they fit, and if they don't, they don't.
Decipher, you were saying that this horse just, what? What were you
He
saying?
never raced the same twice in a row. I mean, he raced real good tonight. In the last 2 starts prior to that, he didn't race good. And the start before that, I mean, he raced super that night.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's just inconsistent. So when the fans are looking at a line, that's important to them. When they're looking at these past performance lines, they're asking themselves why. And you're saying that the horse just...
I'm asking myself why.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know why. Maybe they have some suggestions, they can write Mark.
Okay. We're back, and we've got more late-night highlights, and it's very interesting to me what harness drivers have to say fresh off of the racetrack. And we've got some highlights from some of our favorite drivers right now. As I'm driving here to the studio, I'm getting, really frustrated. I'm following 4 here to the studio, I'm getting really frustrated. I'm following 4 cars going 55 miles an hour, and I like to go a little bit faster. And I was thinking to myself how much driving a car has to be like driving a harness horse. How much is it? I mean, you're sitting behind a horse, you feel like you've got a lot of pace. There's 3 other horses in front of you. Where are you going? Now, you said it's a lot different from driving a car.
Well, it's different in the respect that the horses don't accelerate like a car accelerates. Mm-hmm. Each horse is an individual, and you have to judge your distance, how much room you have before you make your move. Mm-hmm. So it's different. In a lot of ways, it's the same, because when you're stuck in traffic and you want to go and you got no place to go, you just have to sit there and wait, especially at Maywood Park.
Especially at Maywood, yeah. Because of the turns and because
of the turns, and everybody's out and moving constantly.
Now, you have a couple horses on the card tonight here?
I have one in the second race, Roy C. Revrack, who I'm involved with Mr. John Carver.
Uh-huh.
We became friends recently. We've purchased different horses together. We're taking my 17 years experience in the business and his 6 or 7 years experience.
Combining it all
together and trying to...
How about the money? How much money do you spend?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Lots of money.
Lots of money to try and win races.
You don't want to know when you're going to get to 5,000. What is it like when you're waiting to get that big win?
Well, like I was saying before, it's almost like a terrible feeling. I mean, like Jim and myself and a few guys that have been around for a while, we still get quite a few mounts, but a lot of them aren't the best one. And
not live drives.
Well, not real live drives, we'll say. And sometimes when you're waiting around for it, and people keep grilling you, or it's in the paper, or, over your show or whatever. And you do things maybe that you might not normally do with this horse. I mean, you might figure that this horse might be a real good if he finishes 3rd in the race. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're always trying to win, but you figure that probably his 3rd is the best he can do. And maybe, trying for something like that, you might maybe pull him first over where he really don't belong, and you don't do the owner a service by that. So I'd really not even hear about it. Of course, I know I am, but
yeah, you know you're
I'd
coming
just
up
as soon
to.
just fall off the cliff and say, oh gosh, you got her, you know. There's a guy you're going to hear a lot from in the next few years is Freddie Finn.
Fred Finn, yeah, he is. He's
He
driving
is
great.
driving great. I mean, and getting some live mounts and really does the right things with them.
Okay, what about Anthony Morgan?
Well, of course, Tony. I mean, Tony's, has come right on the scene and did real well and works hard and drives decent.
Big congratulations to Jim on 3,500 career victories, and they talk about football being a game of inches. I don't know how you get any closer to 3,500 career victories than this photo finish, which is on the cover of Saturday night's program.
Well, I thought I got beat.
You did?
Yeah, and then it was a long photo, and I started to like my chances a little better, and luckily that was it.
Let's talk about Wiregrass Kerrigan for a while. Bill McHenry went out of town and you got the catch driver. He put you on the horse and you started winning with him and he just kept you driving. But this is a horse that has won unbelievable amount of money and has not finished first. They talk about one move that this horse has. When does it come?
The horse, he's a really nice horse, and usually he has only one move. He needs cover. But, I mean, he races tough week in and week out. I mean, I've been first over with him a couple times here, and sometimes he just kind of hangs, and sometimes he goes on. But he always gives you top effort.
Let's talk about you and Dave McGee for a minute. He had 3 wins on the evening's card. You had 2. You guys are going neck and neck right here at Maywood Park. What is it like, really, for you to compete with him?
Oh, it's good. You know, both of us can drive a horse fairly well. We try hard. We're always out there trying to win. He's a good competitor and a good driver, so it makes it fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do you ever look over there and say, not McGee again?
No, because anytime we go out there, it could be any one of us that have a big night. So he's trying hard and I'm trying hard.
Welcome back, and now we're handicapping Wednesday night's card from Maywood Park. The Speedy Fillies final is the main event, and we're going to concentrate on the girls tonight. And looking at the Speedy Fillies series final, they're fillies that are 4-year-olds and under, Illinois conceived and foaled. And what do you think about all these girls?
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, I like series. This is the type of a series I like in particular. This is a chance for some of the 2-year-olds, late blooming 2-year-olds, to get a chance to race for some nice money on a consistent basis. They're going for over $17,000. I know sometimes I talk a lot about, it's very competitive, it's evenly matched. But I really mean it, Eleanor, because there are 8 horses here, and I know you're going to be in the winner's circle. I really have no idea who you're going to be seeing in the winner's circle tonight.
Well, let's take a stab at handicapping anyway,
okay?
Silk Shadow and Jordan's Glute racing very, very well in this series. Drew very nicely, has the rail 4-1. I don't like the odds, but I like her chances. Sweet Caroline B, an arrow horse to watch. Heavy favorite going into the series with Jim Curran, Pursuit of Gold, and Ron Marsh. We've got Sweeter Than Sugar and Scott Robbins. Look at those past performance line, and you're going to find a nice filly here. Pistol Sister and Drew Johnson, Morgan Starlight with Walter Paisley, Love and Bloom with Neil Coleman. From the outside, I don't like the draw on Buffy Truss. She's a tough campaigner in this series. But Mike's selection is number 6, Morgan Starlight, and why her out of all the other girls?
Well, I'll tell you what. We all know, both of us have a lot of respect for Mark Franson, and he just seems to come up with these horses at the right time. Here's a horse that didn't make her debut until just December 10th and romped by 9.5. Eleanor, she's only had 1 race, and she's outside, so it's a tough task. I gave her the edge, but I'll tell you, she's going to have a tough time beating the horse on the rail. And this is probably the sharpest horse in the field, Silk Shadow. And the fact that she won by 5 lengths was one thing, but the way she did it was really impressive. And, of course, I got to mention Sweet Caroline B. I made this horse arrow horse to watch, a horse that lacked racing room. Jim was shuffled out of contention last time. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do tonight. Sometimes when you have the inside, it can create a problem because if you don't leave and get up close, you could be first over. It makes for a difficult situation. And you mentioned Pursuit of Gold, Red Hot, Sweeter Than Sugar, who's also racing well. And, of course, Randy's got a tough job from the outside.
I don't like Randy from the outside.
He probably likes himself less from the
I'm
outside,
telling
too.
you, this is tough because you talk about evenly matched and all of these girls being evenly matched. I got to stick with Sweeter Than Sugar. She consistently in the series has come up with good races. I like the post position. I think that she'll,
well, I think she's
going to get caught.
I think she's
she won't
going to
get
get
caught
cover.
in the middle.
No, I think she'll get cover either from Jimmy's horse or Ron Marsh's horse, Pursuit of Gold. Has a big chance. But I'm going to go with Mark Franson.
Okay, that's the Speedy Fillies final. We're going to be back handicapping more from Wednesday right after this. Welcome back, and we're handicapping Wednesday night's card from Maywood Park. Start out with a daily double key in the first, a top pick in the second. In that first race, our non-winners of a race in a lifetime, looked for Walter Paisley and Black Cadillac.
Well, Eleanor, this horse I thought might do well last time out. I was wrong. The horse needed this start and raced from the outside, moves inside. The other night, Mark Franson had 3 horses in, all drew the 8-hole. Tonight he's got horses all drawn inside, so he's got some big chances. By the way, Thursday, he's back on the outside again. Black Cadillac, after a needed start, fits well.
We can't have everything.
Yep.
Can Walter Paisley drive both ends of the daily double with Red Dog in the second?
And I got trainer Mark Franson again, who has this 2-year-old who showed some ability earlier in the year, had a braking problem, and the qualifier was such that I think this horse should be ready. Wayne Moore has a live drive here, Village Villain, and toss out the race in the slap.
Okay, let's look at a third race trifecta key. And Ken Spurlock, of course, Lake Hills, Leota, and Lake Hills.
Leota.
And who's the other Lake Hills?
Oh, he's got a lot of good Lake Hills.
You see, he's going to run out of women to name them after, so Ken's got to get out there and meet some more women. Lake Hills Tammy here in that third race trifecta with Rick Reiser.
Well, this looks like a nice 2-year-old. You know, it's this horse bet down 1-2 at Balmoral, won by 16 lengths, came right back with a big effort. Didn't win, finished second, so has to go in the Speedy Fillies consolation. A couple other horses to mention. Miss Sharon Lee had some bad racing luck. Squire's Song broke on the move. Jim Curran has a horse here that, if up close, may have a chance of getting the perfecta.
How about a fourth race pick? They're fillies that are non-winners of non-winners of 2 races in a lifetime. Enchanted Image with Laverne Hostetler.
From the outside.
I know.
But you know why? This horse had the 8-hole 3 other times, so 4 out of 5. She should be used to it by now. By the way, Mark Franson again has a horse on the rail, Thrills and Chills, another first starter. I'm a little worried about that horse.
The Oak Park Series consolation, again, more fillies and mares. And from the rail, it's Woodness with Ron Marsh. But you threw out Unnoticed and Horseman's Carol. And
I didn't toss them all out. I had to pick one. I went with
I want to know.
Because of the big effort against Rustic Charm, who I think will be the favorite in the Oak Park final. Off that effort in the rail, I thought Ron Marsh has a good chance. Incidentally, we know about the tough driver race, and Dave McGee has moved like 5-6 ahead of him, so Ronnie needs this victory. Unnoticed is definitely a good selection. So is Fox Valley Colleen.
See, so I know a lot more about handicapping than you think I do. Trotters in this 6th race. Non-winners of $5,000 in the last 6 starts. And how you pick Speedy bag tags out of this field, I don't know.
Well, class.
Okay,
I always tell you about class. Class will tell, right. The class drop, the move inside. Of course, Ronnie's got the live horse, 3 straight wins. What I'm worried about is Thompson Pro, because Thompson Pro has speed, and Speedy Batags really needs to be up close on the lead or close to it to be really effective.
You know who makes me nervous is Cleveland Rocks.
I got him on the bottom.
This horse can't, put 2 races together that match or come up the same.
He's been a disappointment. This horse has should have had a better year than he did.
Just when you don't expect him to win, he'll win on you.
Well, we'll see.
The 7th race, there are 8 claimers. We've got a trifecta key and a Miller Lite long shot, so pay attention. Anxious Brett with Ron Marsh is the key, Quail Hollow, and Fred Finn is the light long shot.
And the one to catch, Kathmandu on the rail. We hit him last time. Anxious Brett, a 1-move horse. We're just hoping this horse can get up inside. Quail Hollow, bothered last time. I mean, this horse is going 0 for 34. Could it be the very last start of the year, 35th start, a win? You never know.
You hope so.
I hope so.
The 8th race is the co-feature, the Oak Park Series final for fillies and mares. We're looking at Jim Music, and he's got a nice entry here in Mealy Fay and Need for the Change. Mealy Fay has the rail. Need for a Change has the outside post position. Naughty Blonde and Daryl Busty, Rustic Charm, and Robert Rose and Alla Burnsome and Fred Finn. Creed's Crude Oil, Randy Jacob, Lake Hills Gold, and Anthony Morgan, and Shiloh with Mark Saporito. As Mike said, last week, Rustic Charm came up with a big, big effort, and enough to convince you that she belongs on top.
Well, you know, she's won 4 straight, and it was kind of interesting. Robin Rosen claimed this horse in for $10,000, but because the horse racing an 8-claimer was eligible for this stake final here, it really fits well. Miley Fay has the rail, big effort from the 8-hole. I don't know if Rustic Charm's going to be able to get past Miley Fay. I definitely consider the horse. Hey, and Ken Spurlock has another one, and this doesn't have a woman's name, Lake Hills Gold. And you know what I like about Lake Hills Gold? There's so much speed in here with Naughty Blonde and Rustic Charm that someone may come from behind, and this is the horse that can do it.
He named this horse after all the money he's making with all
Is
these
that it?
girls. That's got to be it. Wes Berman is going to be so mad at me that I don't know.
Magoo.
I know,
That's
but...
why you got Lake Hills
okay.
Gold.
But what? Lake Hills Leota, Lake Hills Rosie. Rosie?
Yeah,
Lake Hills Rosie.
She had a
That's
nice
good.
summer, too.
Okay. The 9th race, of course, the Speedy Fillies final. 10th race, 8 claimers that are now winners of
And I got a
1,500.
winner.
Last 5 starts, you've got a winner in
I
your
do.
dreams. Dancing Dior with Mark Alban.
Got a winner. I know this horse hasn't been racing much, but I think this horse from the inside is going to get to the front end, and the front end is going to be the place to be when you're facing a weak field. Bo Hickett is the other speed, but he comes from the outside. Walter's horse, hey, you can't drop any lower. He's been in 10 claimers. Dancing Dior.
Yeah.
Okay?
Would you think that Bob Larry at Hawthorne's going to have non-winners of 1,500 last 5 starts?
Bob Larry, I think, is the one who invented it.
Please don't tell me that, because I don't want to see him over
telling
at
you.
Hawthorne. What's coming up tomorrow, Thursday, trifecta night? Fillies and Mares, an invitational handicap. A lot of nice girls tomorrow. See, we girls know how to race
We're out of
competitive.
time.
Okay. Till next time, we'll see you at the races.
Good night.
Chicago Harness Racing is an exclusive presentation of Pacesetter Productions.
Chicago Harness Racing has been brought to you in part by Miller High Life, the best comes shining through, by Errol Chevrolet and Chrysler Plymouth, and by the Illinois Department of Agriculture, supporting harness racing throughout the state.